What's up, everybody? Dog 1985. There's levels to this. All right, guys, so check this out. Gaming services are not going anywhere. I think by now you and me realize that these companies see the value of gaming services. Now, whether or not gaming services are going to be the doom and gloom for gaming in the long run, we don't know. As long as we're allowed to buy our games, I think we're okay. Now, how do you choose a gaming service that's right for you? Honestly, this comes down to what games you want to play, what perks you prefer from the gaming service, and last but not least, and you definitely cannot underestimate, is what ecosystem do you prefer to be on? That's huge. Now, if you're already tied into an ecosystem, then it's going to be hard for you to switch and transition and go to another one. It just is. I'm being honest with you. I got lucky that even though I played most of my games on a last generation on PS4, or mainly was on the PS4, I really didn't buy into the PlayStation ecosystem because I played mostly single player games and I wasn't big into trophy collecting and any of that stuff for gamer score. Not that there's anything wrong with that if you do that. I know I cap a lot on this channel and I troll a lot of those people, but in reality, you play games however you want to play games. Don't let me dictate how you want to play games. But when it came time for me to go move on to Xbox and transition over, it was an easy switch. It didn't bother me at all, right? So when I saw the value that Game Pass was and I saw everything that was in Game Pass, to me, it made sense. Because of Game Pass, I gave PS Now a try and I actually liked PS Now. The only reason I'm unsubscribing for PS Now, which my subscription ends May 5th, the only reason I'm unsubscribing from it is because I don't use PS Now enough to justify me having it. That's it. That's the only reason. But I'm not anti PS Now at all. It has got a lot of games, and if I'm okay playing old games on the Xbox, why wouldn't I be okay playing old games on the PlayStation? So if you're out there and you're trying to figure out which ecosystem you should go with or which subscription service you should go with, that's the better question. Think about what ecosystem you already belong to, because that's a very big part of it. Shout out to Cowboy from And Now Your Mama Knows. He hopped on the podcast on Tuesday talking about why he's excited for June and why he's excited to get PS Plus Premium. And the one thing that he said that I believe him 100% is that he's mostly a PlayStation guy and likes that PlayStation ecosystem. Now he's actually a Stadia guy, but I believe them with that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Both of these subscription services are going to have things that can entice you. So if you're someone that's open to subscription services, go ahead and look at both of them. You go ahead and look at both of them. Ecosystem is going to be a big thing. What games are going to be on them is going to be a big thing. Um, if you're into cloud gaming, then which cloud service works better is going to be a big thing. PS Now for me on my computer at home works perfectly fine. Not so much when I'm not at home. But to be fair, neither does xCloud. xCloud works better than PS Now when I'm not at home. But if I'm gonna play a cloud gaming when I'm not at home, I'm going straight to Stadia. That to me is the best cloud gaming service right now. But again, when you're just talking about gaming services, and Stadia actually has a gaming service, that's Stadia's gaming service is probably the weakest one, Stadia Pro. So I can't recommend it, especially when the platform itself is free and you could just buy whatever game you want and then go from there. Stadia just needs to be have the access to be able to buy all games, and then it'd be straight. Luna is another subscription service, but in Luna, you can't buy those games. So that's something to be wary about. Maybe that's not the one that someone like me and you want to support, because we still want to be able to buy games, have the option to buy games if we wish, right? So that goes for that. But when you look at PlayStation Plus Premium or PlayStation Extra or yeah, those two, or you look at Game Pass or Game Pass Ultimate, look at the perks that they offer. Look at what ecosystem you prefer to play on. Look at the games as well. And only you can decide which one of those three things is going to be more valuable to you, right? So for me, when I look at games, because I have so many games to catch up on either platform, to me is null and void. It doesn't really matter. So I still got a lot of games that when I look at PS Now, there's a lot of games on there that I haven't played. So I'm like, okay, I could, if I only had PS Now, I could be satisfied. I'd be fine, right? And then I look at Game Pass. And I look at Game Pass, there's a lot of games that I see on there that I haven't played either. So to me, it's just okay, null and void. Then when I look at the perks, though, that's where it gets a little bit different, right? Um, Automatically xCloud and automatically being able to download games on PC. Even though I don't use a PC like that, that option to me is huge and it's a perk that's like, okay, I like it. And then the perk of the actual Xbox itself is huge too. That FPS boost, that backwards compatibility, right? So, and then the ecosystem of the Xbox, I just prefer better, right? Not saying that it's better on its own, but I just prefer all better. So when you combine all that together, it is what it is. There's nothing saying that in the future the PlayStation ecosystem or the PlayStation subscription service might be more enticing. This is good. This is that competition that if you're someone that likes subscription services, this is good. Let them battle. Let them not do the exact same thing. Sony has its own strategy. Microsoft has its own strategy. Let's see what happens, right? For right now, I hope that whatever ecosystem you're in, I hope that whatever console you picked, and I hope that whatever gaming service, if you are going to pick one, I hope that you're satisfied. And for those of you that were extremely anti Xbox, now that Sony's going to have a more prominent subscription service, even though PS Now has already been there, give this a try and see if subscription service might be for you. You never know. Again, as long as we still have the option to buy our games, I think we're good. And yeah, I'll leave it at that. Dog 1985. There's levels to this. Let me know what you guys think. Which is the one that you guys want to is better for you, I guess. We out. Peace.